Behind the Redline, Episode 50. Brittany Smith, the night she fought back. Alabama, a quiet January night in 2018. Winding back roads, phone lines humming, darkness settling over a small southern town. Inside a modest house in Stevenson, 32-year-old Brittany Smith sits bruised, bleeding, shaking, and terrified. Hours earlier, she was attacked, violently, relentlessly, brutally, by a man she knew. A man who wouldn't stop. A man who told her she was going to die. But Brittany didn't die. She survived. And when he came back to finish what he started, she fought back. She fired a gun in self-defense. And in Alabama, that should have been enough. But in Alabama, nothing is that simple. Tonight, we go inside a case that shook the nation. A case where the victim was put on trial. A case where trauma was dismissed and survival was treated like a crime. This is episode 50, the Brittany Smith case, the night she fought back. Before the headlines, before the controversy, Brittany Smith was simple, quiet, kind, a mother, a sister, a woman trying to build stability for her children and keep her life together in Stevenson, a small Alabama town where everyone knows everyone. She was dealing with everyday things, family drama, relationships, money stress, depression, trying to stay afloat. Nothing glamorous. Nothing criminal, just life in a rural town. Then came Todd Run Smith, a man with a history, a reputation, and violent tendencies that would soon collide with Brittany's world. January 15th, 2018, a freezing winter night. Todd Run Smith, no relation to Brittany, came to her home. He had known her brother. He said he needed help. He said he had nowhere else to go. Brittany, trusting and soft-hearted, agreed to let him in. She had no idea the nightmare that was coming. Inside her home, Todd turned violent. What happened next is detailed in Brittany's police statements, medical records, rape kit documentation, and testimony. He strangled her until she blacked out. He raped her repeatedly. He beat her so severely she was left with bruises from head to toe. He threatened to kill her if she screamed. When Brittany regained consciousness, she was naked, bruised, bleeding, unable to walk properly, her arms covered in defensive wounds. She crawled to the bathroom. She whispered in fear. She tried to call for help. And she told him, "Please, just leave." But he didn't. Todd eventually left the house for a short time, not because he felt guilt, but because he wanted drugs. Brittany panicked. She called her mother. She called her brother, Chris McCallie. She described the attack. Her mother told her to call the police. Her brother told her to lock the doors. But Brittany said, "He's coming back." And she was right. Todd Smith returned, furious, high, violent, and determined. Brittany's brother arrived at the house at the same time. He saw Todd at the door, enraged, yelling, trying to force his way back inside Brittany's home. Inside, Brittany was hysterical, covered in bruises and blood. Her brother grabbed the gun Brittany kept for protection, a .22 caliber revolver, and handed it to her. Minutes later, Todd forced his way inside, and the fight for her life began. Todd came toward Brittany, the same way he had hours before. She warned him. She begged him to leave. She screamed for him to stop. He didn't stop. According to Brittany, he lunged at her. He threatened to kill her. He reached for her. He broke through the final barrier between them. And in one moment, frozen in adrenaline and terror, Brittany pulled the trigger, not once, but 3 times. Todd fell to the floor. He gasped. He gurgled. He died within minutes. Brittany collapsed in shock, crying, shaking, barely coherent. She didn't run. She didn't hide the weapon. She didn't try to escape. She called 911. She said, "He attacked me. He was going to kill me." But when police arrived, the nightmare didn't end. It began again. Police walked into the house and immediately zeroed in on Brittany, not Todd. Despite bruises, bite marks, strangulation signs, swelling across her face, torn clothing, trauma consistent with rape, officers questioned her story from the start. They asked, "Why didn't you run? Why didn't you call sooner? Why did you shoot multiple times? Why did you let him in at all?" Questions no survivor should be forced to answer. Moments after fighting for her life. Even worse, investigators later claimed they did not see enough evidence of a sexual assault to confirm her claims, despite her undergoing a rape kit. The sheriff publicly stated that Todd was unarmed when he was shot, as if that erased the hours of terror leading up to it, as if a woman needs to wait for a weapon to appear before she is allowed to live. Prosecutors made their move. They charged Brittany with murder. Alabama has a stand your ground law, a law designed to protect people who use deadly force when they reasonably believe their life is in danger. Brittany's team argued she was attacked, she was raped. Todd came back. Her brother witnessed threats. The danger was immediate. She had every reason to believe she would die. But the judge denied her stand your ground petition. Why? Because prosecutors argued that Todd was not attacking at the precise second she pulled the trigger. Because they argued she had other options. Because they claimed her fear was not imminent enough. Because, as even national reporters observed, the system did not consider battered and raped women to be credible self-defense claimants. The ruling stunned legal experts, women's rights advocates, and survivors across the country. The message was clear. Even if you're beaten, even if you're sexually assaulted, even if your attacker comes back, we might still say you had no right to kill him. Facing the possibility of life in prison, and with the court refusing to acknowledge her attack as grounds for self-defense, Brittany made a choice no victim should ever have to make. She took a plea deal. She pled guilty to manslaughter. Not because she was guilty, but because she was cornered. Because Alabama made it clear, we don't believe you. Your survival is suspicious. Your story is inconvenient. She received 10 years, with 18 months served in jail and the rest on probation. Not freedom, not justice, just another cage. Brittany Smith survived the impossible. She was beaten. She was raped. She was hunted in her own home. And she did what she had to do to stay alive. But in the eyes of the system, that made her a criminal. Her case became national news. Documentaries were made. Advocates rallied. Survivors saw their own stories in hers. Because Brittany Smith wasn't just one woman. She was every woman who has ever fought back and been punished for it. Her story forces us to ask, in America, when a woman is attacked, is she ever truly allowed to defend herself? Tonight, we remember Brittany, not as a killer, but as a survivor. This was episode 50 of Behind the Redline, and this was the night she fought back.